The majority of conservatives want a white male Congress. Some people might not be surprised by this, but we actually have polling data to support it now. Addicting Info has a write-up about this. We've been talking for a while about the demographic problems of the Republican Party because of increased Hispanic increased Hispanic population and the changing demographics of many individual states. The fact that Republicans don't do well with minority groups is a problem. Compounding that is the fact that Republicans are not doing well with women voters either, meaning that they're really appealing to white men. And it turns out that that's actually who they want more of in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. The new poll from ABC Fusion says only 5% of conservative Republicans think that more minorities in Congress would be a good thing. Apparently, most feel that it would be bad to have a diverse Congress. And if you look further, it says only 26% of conservatives and 23% of Republicans support electing more women to the House and Senate. This is one of those things that Republicans will come back at me and they'll say, David, are you advocating simply having more and more and more minorities and more women? Will you ever be happy? And it's really not about that. We can actually say to ourselves that there is roughly an idea of the distribution that should exist. Women make up slightly more than 50% of this country. So would it not stand to reason that women would probably make up slightly more than 50% of the Senate and slightly more than 50% of the House? Further, wouldn't it make sense that we would have racial distribution among the House and Senate that also more or less matches the constituency of the entire country? Maybe that's a crazy thing to think of, Lewis. Maybe I'm way off on that.
It seems logically that that would be the best way to represent the country. But at the same time, personally, I just want the most qualified and intelligent people in those positions. So whatever happens, happens.
Right. But see, that's where we get, this is a tough conversation, because then you go back and you say, we shouldn't be trying to fill quotas. We should just have the best people and the people who want to serve. That is not inaccurate, right? What Lewis is saying is not inaccurate, but it opens the door to Republicans saying, we can't control that the best people are white men. They just happen to be right now. We're not racist. It's not that we're misogynistic. It's just the best people seem to be the white men. And it's very tough to really have a conversation without, number one, seeming like you're trying to fill quotas, but number two, implicitly agreeing that, hey, just keep filling it up with white men.
Yeah, it's tough. But if Republicans want to win elections, they're going to need more than just white men in office.
That's the issue, which is the demographics are just not favorable right now. And that's a story we've been covering and we will continue to cover.